Alright, guys, it is Sunday night, and it is a back day, and man, do we have a bit to catch up on before said back workout. It has been quite the weekend. So, as many of you know, the last video you guys seen would have been Friday's video, but that video itself would have been recorded on Thursday. And the back workout that's happening today was supposed to happen Friday and be Saturday's video. Well, as many of you know by now, there was no video Saturday. There's no video today, Sunday, the day I'm filming this. So you guys, all weekend, no video. And I made a post on the channel, but in case you didn't see it, I'm not going to make you go back and look. So, as many of you guys know, I've said before on the channel, it's Easter play season at our church, hence the crazy beard, hair younger than I like it, that I can't wait to cut off, all the fun stuff. And, is what it is. So Friday, I was going to hit back, and I had Easter drama practice, which is fun. And I asked Brandon, do you want to practice before I have do you want gym before I have practice or after? He told me after. It's like, okay, that's fine, whatever, chill. I'm gonna go to practice with gym afterwards. Go to practice, we didn't get out of it until about 9 o'clock at night. I walk out to my car, the egg, hit the unlock button, lights don't come on. I'm like, okay, that's strange. I guess my car died. I've done it before. I hit the switch with my knees, knock it from automatic to turn on the headlights. Maybe I left this light on. I don't know why I would have had it on. It was daylight when I went inside. I didn't film anything. But, I'm running through the possibilities. I get in, buddy comes over to jump it, and it's seemingly not really taking any power from the jump either. So we're like, okay, let it charge. It'll be fine. And, time goes by, and another buddy comes up. He goes, hey, you got, do you have an oil leak? It's smoking. It's like, yeah, it has an oil leak. Don't worry about it. And then another guy walks up and sees the smoke. He's like, no, that's his alternator. His alternator's smoking. So we brought a different vehicle over that was strong enough to actually get it started and moved it out of the way, and it was on for maybe 45 seconds, and it died. So I had to get a ride home, had to get a ride to and from places. Obviously, we didn't have someone who was just willing to give me a ride to the gym for no reason, right? So, unfortunately, I've been to the gym in 2 days, so an unintentional 2 days off, plus, you guys didn't get any video, so I do apologize for that. But, today, the Sunday before Easter, is known as Palm Sunday, the Sunday that Jesus rode in on a donkey, and they wave palm branches and everything. So of course we do the Easter drama this Sunday. And so we did a performance this morning, 10 to about 11:30ish, maybe noon. A buddy went and ran and got the new alternator, while me and two other guys worked on the car to get the old one out. Well, come to find out, 2007 Ford Edges do not have the alternator in a very convenient spot. We took off the tire, the fender, the tire well shield. We thought we were going to have to take out the AC compressor at one point. We had to loosen and take the bolts out of the motor mount so we could raise the motor. We had to take the radiator fans out. We had to take the air filter out. A whole 9 yards of moving all this stuff just to get the radiator out. And then think about all the stuff I had to move. You gotta fight past all these hoses to get the old one out, get the new alternator in. It was a whole freaking thing. It ended up taking us like 3.5, probably closer to 4 hours. But it's done, as you can see. we are at it once again. I still need to replace my crankshaft position sensor, but that is a different problem for a different day. My car's running. That's all that matters. But that has been my weekend, and thank God I have really good friends willing to help me out and help me work on my vehicle. And it was only a weekend-long problem. Most people, if their only vehicle goes out like that, it's not going to be a weekend-only problem. And I didn't expect it to be a weekend-only problem. I legit was like looking up, trying to see if I could find like the cheapest part. I was looking at rental prices. Like I legit thought, like, I'm going to have to get a rental, which is going to mean it's going to take even longer to have the money for the part because I'm paying for the rental on top of it. It's just going to be a nightmare. And instead, I had good friends who helped out, and the car's back up and running. So that nightmare that was my weekend is over, and we can move on. I'm just hoping that nothing else happens before I can get the crankshaft position sensor replaced. Because once I can get that replaced, I should know if there's anything. I should be able to tell if there's anything else wrong with the vehicle. Because one, that sensor will tell me if that crankshaft is out of time, if it's out of position because it had been out. And obviously, if I go to get the code cleared, if there's anything else there, I'll be able to tell then when that code gets cleared. So hopefully I only have one more thing to work on the vehicle, but we will see. All that being said, I'm just glad to have it up and running again in time for work tomorrow. So sorry you guys didn't get a video yesterday or Saturday, but hey, it's Monday, Sunday night for me. We got a video up. I will apologize. This is probably going to be a very low energy video, very low energy workout, because as you can tell, it's been a long day. I did a play performance of which I am in every scene, and I have to hang on the cross, which is extremely exhausting because that scene goes on for way too long, and for about the last 6 minutes of it, you have to pretend to be dead and hang forward, which absolutely makes my shoulders feel like they're going to dislocate. So that's a good time. Did that. Spent my entire afternoon working on my car, getting the alternator out and replaced. Did a performance again, and now I'm going to gym. So I haven't really ate anything besides like free bags, like single serving bags of veggie straws, because the church had some for the cast and crew of the play sitting in our area that we pray in before we go and do it. So that's all I've had today. So kind of running on fumes. It feels like I feel like I could pass out behind the wheel of my car right now, and I'd probably get some pretty good sleep even through the crash. But all that being said, I'm going to put in my best effort, bare minimum, like a good quick 30-minute back workout, if not like an hour long back workout, like normal. But point is, I'm going to go in, give my all. If I decide to maybe start supersetting stuff and just trying to up the pace and the intensity, so that way, even though I'm exhausted, it still goes well, then that's what we do. But point being, we're here, no excuses. You have no excuses. Let me just say that. If I can be at the gym today, so can you. Because by all means, rushing to get my hands on an alternator, spending 4 hours to replace it, and what is typically one of my the busiest day of my year. The past 2 weeks are the busiest 2 weeks of my entire year, because I get put into play, and it's volunteer stuff. I'm sure I could always tell them, I'm not doing it this year, but I enjoy doing it, and it's for a good cause, and so I enjoy it. But if I can in one weekend get my hands on an alternator, well, actually in one day. Let me clarify. This part was not ordered ahead of time. This is just the day I could do it. Rushed to O'Reilly's, got an alternator, got back. Me and other people basically took apart my entire freaking car today just to put an alternator in. I've done two play performances where I'm in every scene, And you can think what you want of that, but there's a lot that goes into it and a lot of stress behind it. And you're running around like a chicken with your head off. You're switching costumes. It's exhausting. It's a lot. And if I can do all that and still say, okay, time to go to the gym, so can you. I promise, so can you. My feet hurt, my back hurts, I'm tired, and frankly, I have every excuse to say, this is my first time driving my car since we fixed the alternator. If we fixed it, I drove it for about 30 minutes to an hour after that. I didn't track the time, just drove around. It seemed fine, parked it, went and did the play. Now I'm back in it again. By all means, it could strand me again. I don't know. So I have like every feasible reason to say maybe I don't risk going to the gym. So no excuses. Sorry guys, you don't have excuses. So well, some of you might, but I don't have an excuse. It's time to go hit a back workout. All right, let's get into this back workout. I'm just going to start on pull downs. No reason to really reinvent the wheel here. We're just looking for a good back workout. So I think we'll probably do 4 or 5 exercises and we'll call it at that. And I'll just talk a little bit throughout the workout. I've already said enough, so there's no need to bog down the video with a post-workout car talk as well. You guys are pretty well caught up on everything that happened. So unless I have something to say, we'll try to keep this video short and sweet. Ooh, all right. Last set of these. One pretty decently heavy on these. I think the plan is just going to be these fairly heavy rows, T-bar rows fairly heavy, pullovers, extension. Well, I take that back. These T-bar rows, single arm, pull down, pullovers, maybe the extension machine. We'll see. My lower back is kind of killing me, so probably won't be too bright to do the back extension. All right. Whew. All right. Single arm action. Whew. All right, guys. As said, I wasn't going to go too crazy with the length of time of that workout. I'm pretty happy with just 4 exercises. So, I mean, I got a pretty decent back pump. Went fairly heavy on just about everything, which is why ultimately 2 of the movements only ended up being 3 working sets, because I went pretty stinking heavy on both. Well, the rows is about as heavy as I always go, and then the pullovers were actually significantly heavier. So, pretty freaking happy with the back pump accomplished. Post-workout shake. Oh yeah. But gonna go home, probably eat some chicken breast and potato, which is pretty much all I've been eating. Veggie straws is the first processed thing I've ate since switching up the diet, and it was literally just because I was working on my car all day, and that's why I had access to. So, is what it is. There's probably like 40 grams of carbs between what I ate and like 240 calories, somewhere in there, because they were small dinky little bags. So not too concerned with what I've ate so far today, but I definitely wasn't going to just remain fasted. I'd be absolutely drained if I didn't eat like just the few veggie straws I had. So good back pump, post-workout shake. Should be able to get my protein in by going home and mostly having chicken breast and then a little potato for some carbs to help recover. But that's pretty much all I'm going to be eating for the foreseeable future. It's just protein most meals. Post-workout meal, protein and carbs. Immediately following that meal will be protein and probably half as many carbs, and then the last meal will just be all protein again. So it's very strict. It's very, very strict, but that is 110% just intentional, me actually trying to be very meticulous with the diet this go around. In the past, I just did keto. I didn't really try to plan out when or if I'm having carbs, what my protein sources and carb sources would be. None of that. It was kind of just flying by the seat of my pants, honestly BSing a little bit and just trying to get by. And this time it's no, I want to be very particular with what I eat, when I eat it, what it is, how the food source itself, it's all very intentional. So I'm not a big fan of rice. I gotta be in the mid for it, but I love potatoes. Potatoes and rice is the carb source, and then very intentionally lean cuts of beef, lean chicken, turkey, maybe some lean cuts of pork, something like a pork chop, like a center cut pork chop where I just had to trim that you'll strip a fat off the side. Very intentional with everything I'm doing right now. Premier Protein, they aren't the best in flavor. They're decent. I've had some good ones. The banana pudding one, or banana and cream, is like drinking banana pudding, but this one, 160 calories with 30 grams of protein. You can't beat that. Yeah, it's not the most perfect chocolate flavor in the world. It's no harder than last time subs, Code JS15, but it's decent. And it's getting the job done. And this is probably some of the only processed stuff I will have is protein shakes. Now, and most of them won't be RTDs, ready to drinks. Most of them will just be getting a scoop of powder, putting in some water, some almond milk, maybe some skimmed milk if I'm feeling frisky. But I'm going full, just whole hog, clean, and that is the plan as of right now. So right now I'm hoping 180 by, let's see, we're currently in the end of March going into April, May, June. So I'm hoping 180 by June. And then by July, I'm praying we can break into the 170s. We'll see what happens. But I don't think 160 by June is going to happen, sadly. I have had a lot harder time breaking the 210 plateau than I thought I was going to have. Like, the 220 to 210 was a fight, but it wasn't terrible. And then just constantly floating around 210 lately has been hard, which is why I fasted for multiple days. And I broke it, and I've kind of floated around there again since starting to eat. But it seems I'm on a downward trajectory. Like, we're a few ounces less each day eating the way I'm eating. But I also went from low carb to actually having carbs, like about 200 grams a day. So 250 is kind of where we're landing. And so it's like, that's a big difference. It's going to cause you to retain water. It's going to be more glycogen stored in your muscles, the whole shebang. So, to be expected, the weight is going to be a little off if I was still doing keto or something adjacent to it, low carb, that kind of keeps your water retention low, your muscle glycogen storage pretty empty. I'd probably be floating around more of a 208 instead of a 210, right? Because the water retention would be less, there wouldn't be a lot of glycogen stored in the muscles, so there would be a difference in weight. So I'm going to take it as, if we broke it, I'm going to keep the calories where they are, the steps where they are, the cardio where they are, and up them probably in a few months, depending on where we are by then. But going to be eating very clean eggs at Whole Foods, rice and potatoes as the carbs, and then obviously like vegetables. Like, I'm going to be eating shredded lettuce, baby spinach, stuff like that. Fruits here and there. Like, I had grapes and pineapple yesterday with my lunch. I actually ate quite a strange lunch yesterday because it was provided to us by the church for being in the play, and they had a salad bar. I was like, ooh, that sounds good. I'll have me, some shred lettuce. And then I seen like they had turkey, like actual, just like someone cooked turkey breast and like shredded it, like Thanksgiving. So I was like, oh, I gotta have me some of that. And then they also had like smoked turkey, like lunch meat that had been diced up to put on the salads as well. So I made a whole bowl of that plus my salad, and then grapes and like pineapple and stuff on the side. And it was pretty freaking good lunch. And so like pineapple and grapes were kind of like my main source of carbs yesterday. So can't complain. So the diet's going well, exercise is going well, cardio's getting done, steps are getting done. I guess the cardio didn't get done today because it's been an insane day, but the steps got done. But man, I was just ready to get home and relax. So I'm sorry for skipping the cardio. Here, you guys are just gonna have to forgive me. But crazy busy day, but we made it through it. We're on our way home. Diet's been on point. Exercise has been on point. One of the things I need to do is buy a scale at home so I can start videoing for you guys like almost every morning. Or, probably every morning. So you guys can kind of see the trajectory. Like, every video will start with like me getting on the scale fasted in the morning. So that's one of the things I'm meaning to do, is get a scale for home so we can start doing that. Not that, the scale at the gym's fine. As long as you're using the same scale each time, your trajectory, even if the weight might be off from like what another scale said. If you use the same scale every time and the trajectory is going down, you're on the right path. If you're using different scales, well, there's no telling. You have to have that that variable, that consistent variable, because your weight's going to change, the clothes you're wearing is going to change, how your body's digesting food might change, how the recency of the last time you consumed something, all that stuff, your water retention, your sodium levels, your muscle glycogen, all that is going to be different. But if you use the same scale every time, even if my home scale says 200, but the gym says 210, I'm going to take the smaller number, man. But that aside, if they both show you going down, that's what's important. Don't focus on the number, focus on the direction it's going. But also, a good habit I've gotten into: weigh yourself every day, fasted, same time, early morning, get on that scale, write it down. At the end of the week, you should have 7 numbers. Add them all up, divide by 7. That is your average weight for the week. By the end of the next week, you should see, is the average from last week lower or higher than the average of this week? Then you'll know if you're heading in the right direction. And that number, I would say you can stress about. Because now you know, oh man, a whole week went by and I went up 0.5. Man, I'm going in the wrong direction. I better add 500 more steps into my day. I better add 10 more minutes of cardio. Well, maybe I should, take 100 more calories off my deficit. I have plenty of energy. I'm not that low on the deficit. I should do that. But something. So that's how I like to do it. Obviously, right now, I haven't been able to do that. I do not have a scale at home. So that has kind of I've had to put a pin in that. But that's what I used to do at home before I moved out. And the reason I don't do it now is because I've typically ate before I've gone to gym. So I really can't use the gym scale and trust that's 100% accurate, because I have food in my stomach. I have water. I'm not fasted, just woke up. I've had like a whole day behind me. So all that being said, I've got young enough. I promise I'd keep the video short, just like myself, but instead I've made it a little taller than myself, which doesn't take much because I'm a dwarf. But all that being said, this man has yapped enough. You guys have heard enough. You've seen more yapping than working out, and that's not what you've come here for. So all that being said, I want to appreciate you guys. I'm not going to yap about the supplements. I already plugged it. You already know where to go. You already know what to do. I say it every video. I'm not going to bog you down with it. But the most important thing I can say in any video is that I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the video. And thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you for being patient with me when I couldn't make videos for you guys. I enjoy it. I love doing this for you guys. I genuinely enjoy working out, making the videos, knowing that even if it's only a small group of people, that there are people out here who watch the videos, who support the channel, and who enjoy them. And I love and appreciate every single last one of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch the video. Tomorrow's a chest day, and we all know chest day is best day. So I'll see you then.